Chapter 4 of the Sayings of Lao Tzu by Lao Tzu, translated by Lionel Giles. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Nemo. Lowliness and Humility. All things in nature work silently. They come into being and possess nothing. They fulfill their functions and make no claim. When merit has been achieved, do not take it to yourself, for if you do not take it to yourself, it shall never be taken from you. Follow diligently the way in your own heart, but make no display of it to the world. Keep behind, and you shall be put in front. Keep out, and you shall be kept in. Goodness strives not, and therefore it is not rebuked. He that humbles himself shall be preserved entire. He that bends shall be made straight. He that is empty shall be filled. He that is worn out shall be renewed. He who is little shall succeed. He who is much shall go astray. Therefore, the sage embraces unity, and is a model for all under heaven. He is free from self-display, therefore he shines forth; from self-assertion, therefore he is distinguished; from self-glorification, therefore he has merit; from self-exaltation, therefore he rises superior to all. Inasmuch he does not strive, there is no one in the world who can strive with him. He who, conscious of being strong, is content to be weak, he shall be a channel for the waters of the world, and virtue will never desert him. He returns to the state of a little child. He who, conscious of his own light, is content to be obscure, he shall be the whole world's model. Being the whole world's model, his virtue will never fail. He reverts to the absolute. He who, conscious of desert, is content to suffer disgrace, he shall be the cynosure of mankind. Being the cynosure of mankind, his virtue then is full. He returns to primal simplicity. He who is great must make humility his base. He who is high must make lowliness his foundation. Thus, princes and kings, in speaking of themselves, use the terms lonely, friendless, of small account. Is not this making humility their base? Thus it is that some things are increased by being diminished, others are diminished by being increased. What others have taught, I also teach. The violent come to untimely ends. I will make this the root of my teaching. What makes a kingdom great is its being like a downflowing river, the central point towards which all the smaller streams under heaven converge; or, like the female throughout the world, who by quiescence always overcomes the male, and quiescence is a form of humility. Therefore, if a great kingdom humbles itself before a small kingdom, it shall make the small kingdom its prize; and if a small kingdom humbles itself before a great kingdom, it shall win over that great kingdom. Thus the one humbles itself in order to attain, the other attains because it is humble. If the great kingdom has no further desire than to bring men together and to nourish them, the small kingdom will have no further desire than to enter the service of the other. But in order that both may have their desire, the great one must learn humility. The reason why rivers and seas are able to be lords over 100 mountain streams is that they know how to keep below them. That is why they are able to reign over all the mountain streams. Therefore the sage, wishing to be above the people, must by his words put himself below them. Wishing to be before the people, he must put himself behind them. In this way, though he has his place above them, the people do not feel his weight. Though he has his place before them, they do not feel it as an injury. Therefore all mankind delight to exalt him, and weary of him not. The sage expects no recognition for what he does. He achieves merit, but does not take it to himself. He does not wish to display his worth. I have three precious things which I hold fast and prize. The first is gentleness. The second is frugality. The third is humility, which keeps me from putting myself before others. Be gentle, and you can be bold. Be frugal, and you can be liberal. Avoid putting yourself before others, and you can become a leader among men. But in the present day, men cast off gentleness, and are all for being bold. They spurn frugality, and retain only extravagance. They discard humility, and aim only at being first. Therefore they shall surely perish. Gentleness brings victory to him who attacks, and safety to him who defends. Those whom heaven would save, it fences round with gentleness. The best soldiers are not warlike. The best fighters do not lose their temper. The greatest conquerors are those who overcome their enemies without strife. The greatest directors of men are those who yield place to others. This is called the virtue of not striving, the capacity for directing mankind. This is being the compeer of heaven. It was the highest goal of the ancients. End of Lowliness and Humility.